I wanted to come in here and talk to you a little bit about some of the more frequently asked questions that people bring to me about the Nurse RX program. So, first of all, the biggest question that people ask is, what is the Nurse RX program all about? So, really, Nurse RX has two components. One is the online course that consists of 12 different modules that are really packed full of different exercises, expansive learning, growth, inner awareness, and exploration of who we are, what's important to us, where is it that we want to go, what is it that we want to unpack, where do we need to heal and grow and expand. And there is a ton of healing practices, somatic practices, body awareness, mindfulness, meditation, journaling, as well as a movement practice that complements every week's content topic. And so the movement that I choose to bring into the program is called Kundalini Yoga, which is really a kind of a different type style of yoga. It's known as the yoga of awareness, the yoga of your potential, as it really works to unlock stuck energy in your body. And so the online course is sort of its own entity in and of itself. It's all housed in a online platform called Thinkific, and it is meant to be there as a self-study program. So that means that really you can move through it at your own pace. There's 12 modules, but it could take you, a lot longer than those 12 weeks to move through all of the content. And the idea for that is so that we can eliminate that time barrier that a lot of people have in saying that, I don't have time to do all of this in this like really compact frame. And so this is empowering you to say, I'm going to commit to an hour a week or an hour and a half a week or 30 minutes a week, whatever it is that you can commit to, and take your time to move through the content. Now, we just talked about this today in the group, even of, this idea of like, I'm not as far along as I should be. And that's just not a thing when it comes to this program. That's an inner story that we have of like, the shoulds and the expectations we put on ourselves. But really the content is there for you to move through at your own pace, and for you to take your time to explore and really allow yourself to sink into those exercises, because some of them can be quite heavy and potentially triggering and emotional as you begin to navigate some more difficult aspects of yourself that maybe you've been neglecting for a period of time. Along the whole way too, there is a series of emails that'll come through that are really just there to invite you to check in, to be supported, to share any insights or your progress or questions along the way. Alone, this Nurse RX online program component is a huge gift that you can give to yourself. And it really, for those of you who don't want to join a group, who don't want to be a part of any kind of community, who don't want to receive more in-depth support and just really want to take things at your own pace without any pressure or expectations to attend anything, who are really not, open or ready to experience the connection and the exploration that happens within that community of nurses, then the self-study, just the program, it's a no-brainer because it's there for you. There's really nothing standing in your way of exploring all that's contained within the program. And you can join and just not attend the community. But connected to the online course, I will just share that there is an online community that, again, you don't have to attend anything, you don't have to show up on any specific times or share anything, but there is an online community attached to the online program, which is just there for additional content. We have some guest expert speakers that join us every month, different sharing, humor, and just more connection. So the second component of the Nurse RX program is the community membership. And so when you first register for the online program component, you'll get 3 months of access to the community. It's included. So it's really up to you if you wish to attend. Twice a week, we have opportunities to come together, and in that space, we learn, we grow, we take action, we practice, we explore, we share, we move our bodies, and we heal together. There is a lot of big stuff that we bring into that space, into that circle. There's a lot of courage and vulnerability, and it's a really powerful group of women nurses who are stepping into this space ready to take back control of not just our careers, but our entire lives. we do really big work in that group together, and it needs to actually just be experienced for you to fully comprehend how massive of an impact this community will have on your entire life in all areas of your life. So that's kind of the two components of the Nurse RX program. You can join and just do the online content and receive some email support from me, connect with the online community if that appeals to you, or you can take advantage of those 3 months and join into the community membership and experience the connection and the power of that sisterhood. So really, who is the Nurse RX program for? If you're a nurse and you are ready to manage your stress and the many impacts it has on your life, if you're ready to get to the root cause of your depression and anxiety and truly find what we all talk about as balance in your lifestyle as a nurse, if you want to find confidence and strength to stand up for what you believe in, to stand up for what's right, if you want to find freedom from pain, hurt, resentment, rejection, abandonment, betrayal, and more, if you want to make your physical, mental, and emotional health and wellness a priority and feel energized, passionate, and excited again about your career, then this is the space for you. If you want to feel empowered to be in control of yourself and your life, then this is the program for you. It's all nurses. We're all, coming in with the same flavors of experiences and hardships and abuses, and coming into that space to be able to share together and to feel deeply connected and supported is a powerful gift that you can give to yourself. So next question, do I have to participate in the group? I kind of already answered this. The short answer is no. The long answer is it's totally worth it. The gifts that are provided by the group cannot be replicated. When we allow ourselves to come into a shared space and drop our armor and drop our masks and really show up authentically and vulnerably in a group space, the healing that can happen is transformational. It is mind-blowing, heart-opening, powerful stuff. I am intentional in the creation of this space and maintaining the container in this space of this sisterhood of nurses that truly get it. We all get it, and we hold space for each other to feel and to heal. I believe so deeply inside that the answer to the healing that we really are craving inside as individuals, but also the healing that is needed in our communities, in our profession, in our culture, in our world, by humanity, it can be found in authentic, vulnerable connection, in a space where we can truly allow ourselves to just be and be in all of our different ways, and we can be seen and held and heard and really supported in that. And I create that space for nurses within the Nurse RX program. I also fully recognize the sensitive nature of many of our conversations around the abuse and the betrayal and, the different ways that you maybe have been manipulated and mistreated in our system that you maybe have experienced as a nurse. And as a trauma-informed practitioner and someone with my own experience of this and my own struggle with it, I assure you that my primary priority in this community is that it is a safe space. You are never required to share personal details about your situation, about your trauma in the group setting until you feel it's right, until you feel safe enough to be able to bring it out into the light. I cannot stress enough how much magic this group offers to each person who attends. It is so incredibly amazing to watch and to witness and to be a part of, and something that you can't really capture in language aside from when you actually experience it. So next question, what if I can't complete the program in 12 weeks since I'm still working and I'm overwhelmed with the busyness of life? Another piece I think I kind of already answered already, but this is the best part about the online program. It's a self-study. It means that you can work through it at your own pace, on your own schedule, and if you can only find space for an hour a week, then that's completely okay. The important part is that you make a commitment to prioritize you and your time to do the work. We have a tendency and a history of putting ourselves way down low on the priority list. And if this is the case, then that's all the more reason for you to join and learn to reprioritize your life so that your needs are included as well. Step one of this whole process is really saying yes to yourself, joining, registering, and then prioritizing and making a commitment to yourself. And we can work together to try to, figure out a schedule and a plan that works for you, that has you feeling empowered and feeling like your needs and your life and your health and well-being matter. Okay? So next question. I am working and unable to attend all the live calls. Will they be recorded? Live calls are not recorded. I say that with a little bit of a caveat that they are, one of the sessions is recorded. However, it's only sent to members and it's only live. The link is only live for a week for members to watch the replay. And this is our practice call. So this is a lot more of different exercises that we move through together. And so it's intended just to allow an opportunity for people to still experience that practice if they have to work or they're unable to make the session. The calls where it is a lot more vulnerable sharing and people sharing their stories are not recorded. And this is for one simple reason: for safety. It's critical when doing this work that we create as safe a container as possible for each member to share in their authentic and vulnerable ways. To take the courageous steps to be vulnerable, I don't record. It's also required of all members to really leave their judgments at the door. We all hold different views, different beliefs. There can be a really polarizing culture in nursing with different beliefs and different stances on things. But we need to have the capacity to leave that judgment at the door and to show up for ourselves and for each other. And it is having the diversity of beliefs and different views in this space is actually an added really powerful element that is in there, so that we can actually come together and be able to drop that judgment and drop that expectation that everybody believes the same thing that we do, and just hold each other in where we're at. Just be able to witness each other in the space that we are at that particular time. Okay, so it is ultimately a priority that this space remains safe for everyone. That's not just for people who believe a certain thing. It's for everyone, every single nurse, female nurse who wants to come into this space. It is my priority and the priority of the members of the group to continue to maintain the safety of this container so that we can actually experience profound healing. Okay, so financially, I'm struggling. How flexible are the payments? This is the next question. If you haven't already looked into the NurseRx course, I'm going to put the link in the comments so you can feel free to check that out. But you may have noticed that this course no longer has a set fee. So this may be confusing to you, but I want you to really sit with that. And I want to empower you to feel safe to pay whatever is right for you. So what's the right amount? This is the question, right? Because this is confusing for people. It's like, well, I like you telling me what I need to pay. I like to know that I'm paying the right amount. And so, the question of what is the right amount is kind of vague, and it's really subjective, and it's really personal and intimate into your own situation. But I suggest making a fee, a self-determined fee that represents a commitment in your life to fully engaging in this process, in this course. Ultimately, something that feels fair for both you and for me, that feels clean and honest. So it's not dishonorable to pay a less amount if it feels like it is respectful to your financial situation and to me. And that number is up to you to decide. I can work with you to help you figure that out. I'm here for that, because I do recognize that even stepping into this no set fee kind of space is a whole shift for people, and it confronts a lot of our deeply rooted money beliefs and our beliefs about value. And so it can actually leave people in a bit of a frozen space, unable to take action, unable to join, even though that barrier is eliminated as far as saying you have to pay this certain amount in order to participate, in order to have access. Even by eliminating that, there still is a portion of people who are feeling frozen with making that decision. And so I want to empower you, and I want to work with you to come up with a decision that feels really good for you, that feels like you're stepping into this with a full commitment to show up and to be engaged in the course, in the exercises, and to yourself. And as well, that allows you feeling like you have, made a stamp of sort of an offering to me and to the program and to the work that I do and the work that I have done in the nursing field, and now giving back to nurses in this way. And I also want you to know that regardless of the amount that you choose, you're going to have the same privileges and access to content as everyone else. I assure you of this. It's not that if you pay a certain amount, you only get this, but if you pay the top dollar amount, then you get this. You will have the same privileges and access to the content as everyone else, no matter the amount that you choose that feels really fair and honest and respectful to yourself and your situation, as well as to me. So the question next is like, why isn't it just free? So the problem with offering this course for free is that people don't see it as valuable. Often when something is free, it leads people in our minds to have low expectations, and it also leads to low commitment, which does not yield positive results. And that's what I want for you. I want you to experience and feel all the positive results that I know can come if you commit and you move through this process. I know it. I know it. I have a personal guarantee that if you commit and you show up and you do the work, it is work. If you do that, you will have incredible positive results that come from that. But it takes your commitment. And if I say that this is free, then you don't see it as valuable, and most people will not make that same commitment. As well, the whole process that I have had to go through in order to create and curate this entire program, it took me countless hours of time in my office, away from my family, time that I loved doing. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely had a really good time creating this course and recording all the videos and recording all the yoga and the meditations and everything so that I could package it all together. And I'm super, super freaking proud of what I have created. But it's taken an immeasurable amount of my mind and my heart's energy. And I also want to honor that in myself. And by saying it's free, I don't really feel that that's honoring it in myself. So the solution is really to let you choose the course fee. So you can choose an amount that feels right to you, given your financial means, your anticipation of value. Maybe you go and you look at similar courses on the market that do have an attached fee. For example, previously I offered this course, the NurseRx course, with the 3 months of community for $1,200. I also really, again, want to enforce and just really lay this down for you, that I want you to choose something that represents a gesture of commitment for you. As well, maybe considering your desire to support my continued work in supporting nurses. So there is on the registration page, which again, I'll put in the comments, and I'll be sharing it, multiple times over the next course of time. Like I'm constantly sharing the registration page so that you can go in there and you can check out what this is all about. There is a video that is attached to the self-determined fee that I really encourage you to watch, because it helps you just to understand a little bit more of where this is coming from, why I've shifted into this sort of new paradigm of doing business, and what this means for you, what this means for me. And so I really want to encourage you to watch that and to read, some of the other questions, and to ask me any other questions that are maybe coming up for you. I truly believe that where we're headed in nursing and in healthcare, and in kind of a more global sense too, in many of our systems, if not all of our systems, we are moving into a new era where we are going to be creating new. We are going to be stepping into, what is it that needs to shift and change so that we can really thrive in this world? Because where we're at right now in the current systems, we're not thriving. We are barely surviving in the systems that we have right now. This is true. You're either feeling it personally or you're witnessing it in others. And I believe that we're heading into a new space that is going to require us as individuals to rise up into our lives in bigger ways than we have already. And this means that we can't be going into this space burned out and miserable and afraid and exhausted and traumatized and just, even barely surviving for some of us. It's time for us to take our lives and learn to live them without the heavy weight of fear and shame, to really step into a place of power in our lives and make decisions from that place of power and choose what is right for us and learn to say no and learn to have boundaries and learn to live by our moral code and to do right by others and ourselves. It is time for each of us to step into that truth, to take back control of our lives. And this, the Nurse RX program and the community, is my opening for you to do just that. So the question then lands back to you. You've asked me questions. Now I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? What's holding you back? What's in your way? Come and join us. Just come and see for yourself. You can leave all expectations at the door. You can register. You can pay what feels right for you and come and see for yourself. If at the end you feel like you paid too much or that was a big waste of your time, you want your money back, just let me know. And we'll have a conversation about it. I have done my best to eliminate all barriers. So there's no excuses that can't be navigated at this point. This is here for you. The door is open. You have to believe that you're worth it to walk through. I can't do that part for you. I can only be here with the door open, with all the tools, all of the support that I can offer. Everything, I pour everything into what I do. The next step is up to you. You have to take that step. You have to choose that your life is worth taking the time and the energy and the commitment to seeing where this journey is going to take you. It's up to you. The ball is in your court now, and I cannot wait to meet you on the inside. So much love.